Hi guys, if you want to check your own relationship, please contact me for your own personal reading. It is still on the special throughout the month of September. Hi guys, this is my X spread. I have designed it. This is pretty much what is the merge of psychology, archetypes, energies, tarot, occult, everything together. There are 7 different significators. What means significator? It is basically a card that represents a category. And the same cards exist in a deck, so we might have the same card coming out. So let me really quickly run you through it, what they mean. So when we start the reading, we just can go through it quick, right? So the first category, the magician category, number 1 tells me if this relationship is a starter. Magician is the one with the tools. Magician is the one who can manifest. Look at this energy, the bolt of basically electrical bolt going right through him. Something that can be created. Is it infinite? Is it going to last? Is it forever after all, right? Now, what in this category you have cheating? What in this category you have sneakiness? Then right away we know it's not going to be a really solid relationship. Now the next category is temperance reversed. So temperance is an angel, very specific spiritual kind of connectivity, right? This is more or less what's going on kind of like day-to-day kind of level, but this is kind of like very spiritual. Can we overcome our differences? Because everybody is getting along when they're getting along. It is the issue when we do not get along, how to actually address it, right? So when the temperance is reversed, they're actually more exploring things that do not work out. And if they are not kind of like working out, I want to see what is the glue that is missing. So literally you buy the glue. So if the glue is you have to fix yourself, then you know I either will have to change my ways, or this relationship is not going to work out. Or if he doesn't change, it's not going to go anywhere, right? This can also mean you're not communicating well on a financial level, etc., etc. Then we have significators, Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands. So one of them is you, whichever one you pick. So one is going to say, and generally I take Queen of Wands as the main one. So this is going to tell me what a partner thinks about you, how they see you, like what projections they have on you, because we all have our little kind of like movie that kind of we project on this person, and in spite of all appearances we keep striving to get that. So 8 of Wands is my communication card and my energy cards. It's going to tell me how this really works in between the two of you and what kind of like love arrows did happen or happening. Then this is going to be the partner. It's going to tell me literally what you're never told, what they really think, what they really feel. Then the judgment card is literally my karma card. I have 4 karma cards, this one being the strongest. So why karma? Because things from the past are coming to the surface and we are dealing with them once for all. Have you been good? Have you done the right things? Have you tried to manipulate? Were you manipulated? This is all basically now summarized by karma and saying, okay, well, this is how I see this relationship. So this is more or less kind of like what you have been given and then what you did with that, and sort of like verdict, if you wish. And this is going to tell me the quality of your relationship at this time and if there is a possibility of moving to the next level. All right, so now when we kind of like have this intro, and it was 3 minutes 50 seconds, then just jump into this month, since basically I'm just a few days late. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend it, because this really should be from the 15th to the 15th, so that way we can really see kind of like how the passage of the month will go. So I'm going to do here basically 4 lines and maybe sneak peek for the end of the September. So it's going to be from the 15th to 22nd or 20. I usually go in a 10 days chunk. 15, well, let's say 15th to 22nd, 22nd to the end of the month, then the first 10 days, second 10 days, last 10 days. So we can kind of like actually cover September, so you kind of like see the trajectory as well. So guys, let's start. Hi Librans. Okay, let's see if X is coming back. First we're going to go from the 15th to 23rd. Let's see what's going to happen in this period. So what you have here is Knight of Swords reversed. So something coming hard and fast, some kind of communication that kind of like maybe sounds a little bit abrupt, maybe maybe somebody's seeking for the truth or feeling that inside anger about certain things that happened. Yeah, it was about some kind of secrets. When you have the moon reversed, the moon in particular, it talks about at this stage almost like the night is kind of lifting off, but it's always the darkest before basically the dawn, right? So this is what's going to happen here. I think looks like you guys will be just fed up with certain things over here. I want to know what happened and I want it now, kind of a thing. And maybe this is telling me it's kind of like internal anger. Okay, let me just move this camera here so you can have it better. This looks like anger to me. It looks like feeling that something that happened wasn't right, but this is telling me not really much is going to be happening. You're just kind of going inside, maybe even counting your blessings. Look, you know what? I maybe did get out on time. Kind of like when you kind of get here, this is a basic night giving blessings for surviving the battle. So let's see the communication. Not communication. Hermit is looking for his own star. It's kind of looking for your own answers, and this is literally when you have to spend time on your own, which I know it's kind of very difficult when you're going through breakup. We all want to talk. All friends start to hate you because you're always talking the same thing over and over. This is a great way to stop it. This is basically, look, you need to stop. You need to go deep inside, lock yourself down in the room and face it, and face everything. Don't kind of like look for the little kind of like tidbits of encouragement or what happened, you know, reanalyzing, deanalyzing, looking things under the microscope, right? So if you have to do that, something is wrong. Just simply kind of absorb this. And the answers that you already need to know are there. And this is basically going to be a week for you kind of like looking your own inner light over here. He, however, your interest wants to kind of be single. It could be a work interest. It could be somebody who you're friends with. So karma is saying, karma is still kind of like seeing something romantic in all of that. So this is not excluded. This person also kind of like has this duality that on part, and this is why this is all happening, this kind of anger. I'm getting mixed messages over here. What the heck is going on, etc., right? But there you go. You're getting your own card. You kind of like are trying to be true to yourself. You're trying to kind of like figure out, you know, ultimately that justice is being served, ultimately that they kind of get what they want, and this is like really only the quality of air signs that you can really go really beyond me. I'm not saying the other signs cannot do it, not at all. Introspection has nothing to do with a sign, but you Libras are going to be fair, even though you feel that you're not getting what you need to get, what you want to get. But if you see some kind of fairness in the entire situation, you're kind of like going to go with that. So let's go like from the 24th to the end of August. Well, you know, in your toolbox, you have the Ace of Cups. This is a potential, but it is a potential. It's like saying you just left matches on the table. It's like, oh my gosh, is this child going to burn the house? Yeah, the potential is there. Is it going to happen? Really? That's a big question mark, right? So there are some kind of boundaries. Did somebody maybe recently establish some boundaries, or are you establishing boundaries? This can also talk about lots of misunderstandings, that, you know, you say one thing and sometimes it just explodes in your face and you just really don't know what happened. What did I do? Like, I really wanted all the best. And so it could be something about the love communication over here. Wow. Well, it looks like your partner wants some kind of explanations from you. Like this is like a sneaky card when it's upright, but when it's reversed, it talks about closure, it talks about explanation, it talks about an apology. So I don't know if you were the one who kind of like maybe ask all these truths. We live in really hard times. Let me tell you, I'm Aquarius. I'm such a straight shooter. So when I want something, I do ask please. But I really want to know something. I'm not beating around the bush because I'm going from here to here. I just don't want to go in circles. But we live in times where most people just need the circles. And people who need those circles the most are the people who did boo-boo, because they know you're getting to the core. So this is basically looks like, and I don't know if that was you who kind of had this argument or that was misunderstanding, but certainly the other person is asking you to kind of resolve those issues, to apologize. Okay, we will see more about that. Again, this could be somebody from work. This is talking about some kind of teamwork. It's usually the teamwork that happens in the work atmosphere, but this also could be for those of you who have children or somebody else, where even though you're not together, you still have to collaborate, which is sometimes really hard given, the stabbing, backstabbing, harsh words, etc. So this is what I wanted to say here. This is knighting, this card over here. Knight is knighting, 7 of Swords. If you came across very harsh, maybe you didn't go around all the circles. All I'm saying is like, ask, and I guess you really know how to kind of exercise this diplomacy, right? Ask in a different way. You can still apologize. You don't have to apologize for everything. I always say, you know what? I always take responsibility for my part. It's always two sides of the story. And then it's the best part that is happening after that is like you're watching if the other person is going to actually take responsibility for theirs. That's maturity. That's adult conversation. Well, if they don't, take a note of that. Because if somebody is willing to put entire kind of like brick wall on top of you, and maybe they don't see it was a back and forth, maybe it was 80-20, maybe it was like 95-5. Still, you kind of like want to see that people are understanding and they have this introspection that basically here is being called for. If not, take a note of that, because this person is seeing things black and white, and we are not 5 years old, guys, anymore. And I would really reconsider this person entirely, right? This person is living in some kind of like la la land. And this is telling me about, look, this person here is dreamer. Like, I don't know what I want. But isn't this like a child? Well, I want to be a policeman. No, I want to be a fireman. No, I want to be a doctor. No, I want to be engineer. Whatever the toy is next, right? Like, this is what he wants. Like, here is like somebody who is fed up, somebody who literally kind of like checks out and cannot kind of really figure out that we live in a real world, in a 3D world where time is sort of linear and you have to get to this next stage. And this person somehow, I don't know, they have their own agenda, I would say. They kind of like want to be this romantic on their own terms, but their own terms, when this card comes around, are not really workable. So some communication might happen. So this is kind of like a mixed bag over here at the end of the month. The Emperor's reversed. You see, that's that mother things. For those of you who have children, for those of you who have kind of other connection with this person, it's going to be something nice that will happen, but it's going to be mixed back with this kind of like communication errors and then rebouncing. Maybe you're going to kind of like come and kind of like take a responsibility for your own share of the things, but they won't, because they are so perfect. They're on a little kind of cloud 9. And the Emperor's reverse tells me that somebody is being very clingy over here for some reason. So let's go the first week in September. Queen of Swords, that will be you. Again, Queen of Swords is absolutely lovely card. For starters, it's again just like your Justice card. It is somebody who is in a ruling position. Somebody who is really, really fair. somebody who is looking at two sides of situation, but also somebody who has been gone through quite a bit of issues and pain, and now actually she knows how the story ends. She meets people, she needs to spend like a few minutes with them, and she knows their number. And literally these movies that kind of like people have to live through it, like, and then find out this person is either a cheater or this and this. She's been through all of it. So now she sees the person, she totally knows who the person is. And hence the decisions are very swift. To the other people it can seem abrupt, but in her head she's not wasting any time. So that ability to kind of like sift through right or wrong is again kind of like appearing over here. Oh, look, you have the Temperance upright over here. There's going to be a questioning of what is right, what is wrong, if this is the right timing. So I can see this really, you are accessing yourself. This is like really after being gone through the eclipse. What's going to happen here, I think you're kind of going into the stage 2, and you're going through your own healing. You are going through, really, I want to, like, it's not, this nakedness here represents being our true selves. And like finding that you have this magical quality inside of you, and that maybe this has been taken away from you. And there it goes. I think there is you who basically walk away. Whether, I mean, the relationship may have finished, but literally in your mind, the closure, and this could also mean you're reaching a closure and healing after that, right? Yeah, this person is not committing. This person is burnt out, and somehow they're into the process of something else, or there is something about them that is not entirely innocent, okay? And yeah, there was a third person possibly around them, or there's a flirting, there could be gossip. Yet there is like still romance, and I know you guys, you're suckers for the romance, and I see it here, I see it here, I see it here. Be very careful. This person is going to come off very innocent and very sweet, and it looks like maybe you're going to say, I'm walking away, I'm done with this, but then this person is going to come in your life and offer. So the first week of September there will be some kind of offers, and possibly the old partner coming in. And be careful, that person also is having somebody else on the side. I see the second week, see, you kind of like are going to pick up on it. There is like building walls around yourself, kind of like really processing it inside, and you see what needs to be helped. You kind of like, you're now reassessing this person differently. See, this is that ultimate commitment, and live together, like, two equal partners. You see, they're like exactly standing shoulder by shoulder with arms up into victory, but it is reversed. So this angel is not able to create that happiness. Yeah, the Emperor, the stability is not there in that relationship, and this partner could see that you are not stable, but you could see that partner is not stable, the Emperor. So this is also saying what kind of person you really want to be, and what kind of person you want to be with. So Page of Pentacles is again saying it's really not moving forward. The Hierophant, holy smoke. If one person is married, and that married could mean to a person, it could mean to a pet, it could mean to their toys, it could mean to their work. This person is a kind of a person who's going to tell you, I am blah 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 blah, but they're going to do quite the opposite to it. It's almost like somebody who says they're religious, but they cheat, they drink, and like steal. Kind of like person who just like has like a talk is cheap kind of thing, right? This also could literally mean divorce. This also could mean somebody not willing to commit at all. Somebody, you see, the Emperor and the Hierophant, if it's kind of like in the upright situation, would mean good. You're creating something really solid, something strong. You have rules and boundaries agreed upon. But no, this is kind of like really free flowing over here. And yet, I don't know, karma keeps insisting, like it is possible to go, oh yeah, Karma is saying it is possible to go to the next stage. However, again, the work relationship or something that has to be built really, really slow on a friendship base. So it looks like, because you have a 10 and then you have 1, something will finish and something else is going to be born out of it. Maybe the commitment is going to end and you're going to move into kind of different form of relationship, because maybe you guys are always out of balance. Libra, that's why it's represented with scale, but the scales, you're trying to keep the scales, right, like in balance, but you always are up or down. And also, and I know it because it's my ascendant, I absolutely, and I know this is a strong word, hate when people continuously kind of like push me out of balance, because I am doing everything that I can not to kind of like get off, especially for these readings. I need to kind of maintain this entire balance, because the energy that I transfer on you is really important. And I do recommend, everybody kind of like staying away from energies that are harmful, such as swearing is extremely harmful, especially if you're in a receptive end. So just imagine you're just trying to get a wine, and it's a beautiful glass of wine, but somebody spits in it. This is exactly the same thing that happens with swearing. So of course we all have to clean our own act, but also we have to be very wary of what kind of people we expose ourselves to it, because everybody has their own energy and you get affected. However, guys, I think looks like you have enough of this I want it, I don't want it, mixed messaging, and you're going to say, you know what, let's kind of go slow. Ace of Pentacles is also a great card of potential. Mind you, keep in mind you do have this potential, but it looks like to that potential you have to get through the back door. And not with hope I have something else. Literally get to know this person. This is like getting to know this person. You might actually figure out that maybe down the road this is a great person, or it isn't. Up to you, Libra. And lastly, bi-weeklies are coming up possibly already tomorrow, as soon as I'm done with X series. So if you are new on the site, please subscribe so you're the first one to get the new releases. Also, I would love to see your comments and how you're dealing with people in your life, and I hope to see you on Facebook as well. Thanks, Libras. I love you. Have a great month. Well, thank you for watching, and please remember to join my Facebook as well, where you can get different tips and possibly healing as well on daily basis. Thanks again. Until the next time, love you.